If you needed to get today business, what would you do? And I can tell you what it is not. It is not getting that logo finalized or picking your branding colors that will bring in the business. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to create now business without overcomplicating it or waiting for everything to be perfect. Just simple steps so you can take immediate action. So if you are serious about creating results in your business, don't miss today's episode. Are you tired of feeling like you're doing all the things as a real estate agent but still not seeing consistent results? Well, that ends right now. Welcome to the Profitable Real Estate Agent, the show for agents who are ready to stop winging it and start building a profitable and sustainable business. This season, we're going to cut through the noise and focus on exactly what it takes to make $100K as a real estate agent, without the guesswork, without the overwhelm, and without wasting time on things that don't move the needle in your business. I'm pulling back the curtain on the exact framework that took me from my first 100K to 500K to building a 7-figure business. So if you haven't hit 100K yet or you struggle with inconsistency, don't worry, I've got you covered. It's time to take action. Let's get to work. Now, many agents overlook the easiest opportunity to create now business. And it's very easy for us human beings to slip into panic mode, especially when you're doubling and tripling down on your lead generation strategies and you're still not seeing the results or the momentum that you desire. And that's when it is easy for all of us to get caught up in the busy work. Like, are you working on your logo, picking your colors, or endlessly checking emails, trying to feel productive? But here's the thing, those are delays, not solutions, and none of those bring in your business. Now, of course, as we've talked about many times already in season 2, having those 3 strong lead gen strategies is critical for long-term success. But there is one simple move you can make right now to start real conversations and start building a little momentum. So here's how we're going to do this. And I do not, please do not want you to overthink this, because you already have people in your world right now that you can reach out to. You're not thinking of them that way yet. So here's what we're going to do. Now, if you're driving, you can certainly still listen, but I do want you to come back to this part of the podcast because we are taking action right now. So if you are at home, maybe cleaning the house or tending to the kids, put the kids down for a nap and come back and we're going to take action. So you're going to take your phone out and you're going to scroll through and you're going to write the names of 10 people in your phone. Why did I say don't overthink this? Because you're already overthinking it. I know you. So stop that right now, okay? We're going to write 10 names down. A friend, past coworkers, maybe a neighbor you met that you put the number in your phone. Maybe it was someone that you helped last year or the year before. Even if they didn't buy or sell, you met them at an open house. And again, I know what you're thinking, but I haven't talked to them in a while, Vanessa. It's going to feel weird. I haven't spoken to this friend or family member in 5 or 10 years. What if they think I'm only calling for business? So again, before you start going there, because I know you are, remember, this is not a cold call. You are reconnecting. You're bringing value to the conversation. So let's talk through how you can start this, okay? Because again, you know you're listening to this because I promised you from the very beginning, you're going to walk away with an action step and something of value. All right, so here we go. Here's your little script. Hey, Judy, I was thinking about you. How's everything going? That's it. That's it. Simple, simple connection. How are you doing? And if it makes sense during the conversation, of course, you can add in, oh, by the way, I've opened up space for 2 new clients this month, a buyer or a seller. If anyone in your circle is thinking about making the move, I'd love an introduction. Of course, you're not starting out with that, right? You're having the conversation. If it feels good to add it in, you add it in. Hey, a real quick pause before we go deeper. If you're listening right now and thinking, I want a clear plan to finally reach 100K, then check out my signature program. It's my step-by-step framework for real estate agents who are ready to stop winging it and start building real results. Inside, you're going to learn the exact fundamentals to build the foundation to hitting 100K. We're going to cover everything from mastering your buyer and seller consultations to building your database and delivering a 5-star client experience and everything in between. You're going to get access to my scripts, templates, and checklists. Plus, we're going to have coaching, accountability, and support so you never feel alone. Click on the link in the show notes now to join the roadmap to 100K. All right, let's take you back to the episode. Every time you reach out, you're doing something most agents don't. You're creating opportunities and staying top of mind. People will remember you when they hear of someone that wants to buy or sell. You're going to get the call when they're ready to make a move. And you're going to get more chances not only to help them, but people in their world. Here's how I want you to think of this, just very simply. You're planting a seed. And when you plant a seed, I don't know if there's gardeners out there, but my 12-year-old son is a gardener. We have all kinds of plants growing. So when he plants a seed, sometimes we get results, sometimes we don't. But you have to keep watering the relationships, right? Checking in, staying visible, because you're setting yourself up for future business. And then again, when it comes time, you'll be the one they think of because you stayed consistent. This is how you build a pipeline. One conversation, one connection at a time. And I get it. You might feel uncomfortable doing this at first, and that is a completely normal feeling. Remember, it is not hard. It is just new. You're stretching, you're growing. And you know what? You're not supposed to have it figured out right now, all of it. Look, I still learn, and I've been in the business for 23 years. I still learn something new. And boy, do I have a story for you all very soon, something that happened to me in the last couple of weeks. But it is not about being perfect. It is about making progress and giving yourself permission to figure it out as you go. My son's teacher told the kids, he's graduating from 5th to 6th grade, and she would always say, students, it's not about perfection. It's about the progress you've made since the beginning of the year. And that's what I want you to think of when you're doing things like this, because sometimes it's about taking that small but bold action. And here's how you really build momentum towards making 100K and beyond. So here's how you can start building this into your weekly routine. You ready? Every evening before you go to bed, I want you to take a sheet of paper, or when you're doing your wind down, take out a physical sheet of paper or the notes app in your phone and write a minimum of 5 contacts to call. Now, I would like you to do 10 a day. There is a magic behind the number 10. But look, if you're doing 0, I would rather you build success and do 5. So can we commit to 5? Those of you that are doing 5, I want you to commit to 10. Get them on one sheet of paper because this will limit distractions and prevent you from spending your lead gen time wondering, who do I call? Then you're going to block 30 minutes to do these calls and nothing else. Nothing else goes in your calendar. Then you're actually going to call and take action. Make sure you take notes on what was discussed, because if you have to follow up again, you don't want to be repeating the same things. You want to pick up the conversation from right when you left off. And make sure that you have some sort of CRM or database. I don't even care if it is a Google Sheet, but you've got to have one place where all of these people are going. Set a reminder to follow up with them on when they tell you, like, hey, I'm so glad you called. I'm busy right now. Can you call me on Wednesday? Make a note and make sure you call them on Wednesday. And then I want you to repeat this procedure every single day. Now, although this is one of the fastest way to create daily momentum with the people you already know, it is not meant to replace your full lead generation strategies. So if it's social media, open houses, or whatever else you're adding in, making sure you're still doing that. But this is your quote unquote now business, your lowest hanging fruit are people in your phone. Okay, so you need to make sure that those are still blocked on your calendar each week. And don't forget to download the freebie. Okay, go to the notes section here in the podcast and get that freebie to help get you started. Let's start building wins for yourself, okay? Because even one small win will help you build that momentum towards making 100K and beyond. This is something that you can do at any level and should be done at any level. When business is slow, if you're already making 100K and over, amazing. But this is something that you can still implement. Anybody can do this no matter what level you're at, because you are one call, one connection away from the business that you desire. Success as a real estate agent comes down to a decision to show up, take action, and stay committed. So don't just listen. Apply what you learned today and put it into motion. If you need help getting started, I want you to grab my free 60 lead gen strategy guide so you can start finding the right lead gen strategies that'll work for you. And if you're a motivated, ambitious agent who's ready to hit 6 figures, join my Roadmap to 100K program. You'll find both links in the show notes. If you found this episode valuable, please share it with a fellow agent and leave me a 5-star rating and review, as it helps more agents just like you find the show. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time on The Profitable Real Estate Agent.